What up, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. It is Tuesday at 7:30, and you already know what that means. It is time for our guy, Coach O, to stop by. Look, man, we've been loving some LSU baseball. Last night was fantastic, and it's on the heels of what was a fantastic weekend for LSU football. Coach O, what's going on, man? Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning, guys. Great to be on the show. What a great weekend. We had over 1,000 campers here, 5 official visitors, several unofficial visitors. Great to have everything back to normal. What a great camp. Everybody left, got coached up, and there's a lot of smiling faces on campus this weekend.
So, Coach, I know you can't talk about recruits specifically, but just when it comes to kind of the logistics of managing 5 official visits, and I know that unofficial visit thing was even, I think that was around like 15, or it was a huge number. What are the logistics? How do you make that happen? How do you and the staff make sure that each guy is having the experience that you want them to have when they come to commit their time there?
A lot of detail, and you got to have a support staff, and we have a huge support staff here, and Austin Thomas and Derek Finansky and Jeff Grigas. They do the logistics for us. Kiva and Olivia do all the recruiting for me. Then we have a recruiting staff of personnel department that Austin Thomas has hired that is fantastic. Those guys have created relationships with the parents, so when they come in here and we have to do football, they have them. And a lot of times they're just as good as recruiters as we are. So our support staff, having all the people ready, and the organization was phenomenal this weekend.
What about you, Coach? Some of my favorite videos of the weekend were you just getting to coach up the boys, man. Whether there's a great one where you're talking about like selfish penalties and everything, but it just looked like I could almost feel your excitement through the screen to have everybody back in there, hundreds of kids, so much juice in that indoor.
Yeah, I love it. I love getting out teaching the grass, and especially coaching fundamentals again, getting out there and coaching the young guys, and was fired up to have a lot of the top prospects in the state and in the South at our camp. And a lot of those guys were already committed to us. I was very impressed with the offensive line and defensive line, the type of players that were at the camp with the intensity level, the technique that they were using. There were some wars going on one-on-one, as you guys saw it.
And, Coach, you're exactly right. There was guys out there competing. Sometimes when you have camps and some of the bigger guys, maybe they don't compete as much, everybody looked like they were competing. Is that something you look for when you have these camps? You want to see what kind of competitor are. If they lose the first rep, what are they going to do the second rep?
There's no question. We put best against best. And it is when we pick the groups, it's the best offensive line against the best defensive line and the players that we think that are college prospects. And then within that group, we pick best against best, and we want them going. And there were some great competitive matches, which was very good for us because we come in and we watch those one-on-ones right away after practice. A lot of times we make decisions whether or not we're giving a scholarship off of those one-on-ones.
Yeah, for those that haven't seen the highlights yet, we played him yesterday, but and you're not talking about this, I am, but Quincy Wiggins and Will Campbell going toe-to-toe, that was iron sharpens iron. It was awesome. What about that latter part you just touched on, though, the ability to earn a scholarship, Coach, because there were a couple of guys that managed to work their way into getting those offers, but like if I'm a young football player out there and I'm listening to this, could I legitimately, let's say I'm not on the radar or maybe I'm kind of a fringe guy, like can you earn your way to getting an offer from LSU by going, competing, and standing out at one of these camps?
It is the best way to do it, and I highly suggest it. And there are some guys, we have question marks. We don't know how big they are, how fast they are, how competitive they are. We don't know if they play this position or that position. We don't know their skill set, how well they move. Those are the things that we find out in camp, and we find out their tangibles. What's their makeup? I went through one practice, and see, Bob, you've been to my camps before. It's practice, and you better get ready. But I'm really impressed with the physical conditioning of our young men and the high schools that are coming here. There are a lot of guys that they're in good shape. They're able to handle the workload, the pace of practice. Very impressed with the conditioning of most of the players.
Coach, was this the most important camp that you can remember because of the way last year played out, not having the opportunity to have this camp, not being able to really hit the road in recruiting, not being able to have guys come to your campus, so you don't really, one, you don't know the guys, and two, you don't really know how much they've grown in a year because you haven't been able to see them.
Yeah, no question. It was a very important evaluation. And not some of the guys we knew that they can play. One of the things at camp is I want them to come to see the way they're going to get coached. Now, I got some new coaches here that I love, and it was an opportunity for us. Let's say a guy's committed to us. He knows he's coming to LSU, but they got a new coach. I want to show up our new coach. I believe we have a top prospect in the state of Louisiana. He hasn't met our new coach. I want him to see how he's going to get drilled, how he's going to get coached, and it's a chance for our coaches to create a personal relationship, not only with that coach, but everybody that brings the player to camp. It's a big recruiting advantage.
Talking to LSU head football coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench. And, Coach, just recently there was some surprising news. James Craig, the offensive line, but then y'all acted immediately and hired away Brad Davis from Arkansas. Is Davis on campus? What has been the early returns from Coach Davis thus far?
Game changer. And, you know, everybody, all of us in the profession knew about Davis. Up-and-coming coach from Baton Rouge. He was at Arkansas. I know several schools went after him. He wanted to come to one school, Baton Rouge. And in his interview, he reminded me a lot of the things that I thought about when I was at Miami and USC. I always wanted to be back in Baton Rouge. I always wanted to coach for the Tigers and represent the state. He has the same thing and more in his heart. He's an outstanding coach, outstanding recruiters. A lot of our guys on our team have been recruited by him. He was recruiting a lot of we had 3 offensive line recruits in. A lot of the parents already knew him. He had great relationships. So he's hit the ground running. He was able to be with his offensive line for the first time yesterday. They met him. We're going to miss Coach Craig. Coach Craig was a good guy for us, but we have a great coach, Coach Brad Davis. And I feel like we're going to hit the ground running and make some great strides.
Well, Coach, what does it mean to have an administration that is willing to kind of get on the ball and act as quickly as y'all did in this situation, getting as you said, a highly sought-after target that a lot of people had missed on?
Yeah, we needed it, and it was good. Our administration didn't blink. We told them exactly what we wanted, exactly what we needed. They were ready to go. They knew of them, and everybody was on board with the hire.
And Coach, real quick, last one on Davis. I feel like our state is so unique, and we talked about it when this process was going on, like to be able to know the state already, because as you know, it's all about relationships and recruiting, and our state is a little bit different than others. How important was that for him, being from Louisiana, already knowing the lay of the land?
Yeah, being from Baton Rouge was a fertile area for us. As we know, we got to do a great to take care of our backyard first, and it starts in Baton Rouge and throughout Louisiana. Brad has a lot of connections. He knows a lot of people. He said he went by his mama's house last night to eat some red beans and rice. He said, I should have went. I think when him coming on staff, I have a chance to gain 15 pounds, which I don't want to do, you know.
Coach, how about this? Okay, so last recruiting weekend, insane. I know there's no rest for the weary. You mentioned the shape people are in. 7-on-7 is getting bigger and bigger. What's coming up this weekend in Baton Rouge?
Well, think about this. We have a kids camp and on Thursday, and we got a lot of young kids that want to be future Tigers. And we're going to find some future Tigers. There'll be some kids that come to this camp that'll be future Tigers later on. And it's great to see the excitement in the kids' face. The LSU Tigers for the day, mamas and daddies come. So it'll be a big day. And then on Saturday, Coach Baggio has to head up our 7-on-7 tournament. We have 42 teams coming to LSU. That's over 1,500 kids will be on our campus with their family on Saturday at LSU. What a tremendous day. And then we have four official visitors coming in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it'll be another full weekend.
Real quick, Coach, can Coach Baggs give me some strawberries, or is he too busy putting together the 7-on-7 tournament?
Oh, no, he always has the strawberries. Strawberries are always with Coach Baggs, And, but look, he's been working on the 7-on-7 tournament. You think it's the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
We have a meeting. He'll come in. We got to stop and drop everything we do and answer a 7-on-7 question.
I mean, who has more connections in the state than Baggs? He's the perfect man to make it happen, and he does stay strapped with the strawberries.
Yeah, he's the best.
Coach,
He's the man.
thank you so much for waking up with us on this Tuesday, man. The grind never ends. Best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate you guys. Go Tigers.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. There is Coach Ed Orgeron as LSU football, man. It's rolling. Like I said, dude, it's recruiting is back, and O and company finally getting to flex that recruiting muscle they weren't able to last year. We went long. Let's go ahead and close up hour number one. Next, get your OTB mailbag questions in for hour two. We're going to look forward to Knoxville here at the beginning of hour two as well. I still want to talk more about Brad Davis. So we got a lot to get into. Keep it locked right here on OTB.